In the name of the friend who has no beginning and no end, I am Jalal ad-Din Rumi, speaking to you from beyond the constraints of time. 8 centuries may separate us, but the human heart remains unchanged in its essential nature. Today I wish to share with you the opening verses of my Masnavi, words that came through me when I contemplated the voice of the reed flute and heard in its haunting cry the story of every human soul. Listen to the reed flute, how it complains, telling tales of separation. Ever since I was cut from the reed bed, my lament has caused men and women to weep. I need a chest torn by separation to explain the pain of longing. Anyone pulled away from their source seeks to return to that state of union. In every gathering, I've played my lament, befriending both the miserable and joyful. Each became my friend from their own perspective, but none sought the secrets within me. My secret is not separate from my cry, but eyes and ears lack the light to perceive it. Body is not veiled from soul, nor soul from body, yet no one is permitted to see the soul. The reed's cry is fire, not mere breath. May all be nothing who lack this fire. It's the fire of love that inspires the reed. It's the ferment of love that fills the wine. The reed is companion to all who are parted. Its melodies tear away our veils. Who has seen a poison and antidote like the reed? Who has seen a confidant and longing lover like the reed? The reed tells the story of the bloodstained path. It tells tales of Majnun's passionate love. Only the senseless can sense this sense. The ear is the only customer of the tongue's tale. In our sorrow, days have grown untimely. Days traveled alongside burning pains. If days have passed, let them go without fear, but you remain, O you like whom none is pure. All but the fish grow sated with water. Whoever lacks daily bread finds the day long. None who is raw can understand the state of the ripe. Therefore, I must cut my words short. Farewell. These verses flowed through me in a time of great transformation. When my beloved friend Shams Tabrizi disappeared from my life, whether by choice or by force, I knew not. I felt as though I had been torn from my own reed bed. The pain of that separation opened a wound in my heart. Yet through that wound, divine light entered. I was no longer the respected scholar of Kanya, surrounded by students and admirers. I became the reed cut from its source, lamenting my separation, turning in endless circles, seeking reunion with the beloved. Before I met Shams, I was filled with knowledge but not wisdom. After he vanished, I understood the difference between knowing about God and knowing God through the burning of separation. This hollow reed that I became, empty of self, could then be filled with divine breath to create music that would touch others who felt the same pain of separation. Now let me share with you what lies beneath these words, for the reed's song has many layers of meaning. When I speak of the reed flute, I speak of the human soul. Before birth, before consciousness, we existed in perfect unity with the divine source. Then we were cut, separated, and placed into this physical world, this body. The nay's haunting sound is the soul remembering its original home and longing to return. This is why I say, ever since I was cut from the reed bed, my lament has caused men and women to weep. When you hear music that moves you to tears, though you know not why, it is your soul recognizing the cry of separation that you too carry within. When I speak of needing a chest torn by separation to explain the pain of longing, I mean that only those who have experienced profound separation can truly understand this spiritual yearning. Those who live comfortably in the world of appearances, never questioning their purpose or feeling the absence of something greater, cannot comprehend what drives the seeker. Notice that I say, my secret is not separate from my cry, but eyes and ears lack the light to perceive it. The mystery of existence is not hidden. It sounds clearly in every moment, but our ordinary senses cannot perceive it. We need the inner ear, the spiritual sense that develops through longing and remembrance. The fire I speak of is divine love, not the comfortable love of contentment, but the consuming fire that burns away all except the beloved. May all be nothing who lack this fire. This may sound harsh, but I mean that a life without this longing is a life not fully lived. It is merely existence without true being. Now, what might these words mean for you, in your life, in your time? You may not be a reed flute, but do you not sometimes feel a mysterious longing that nothing in this world seems to satisfy? A homesickness for a place you cannot name? This is the reed's song playing through your own being. When I say, anyone pulled away from their source seeks to return to that state of union, I am naming the spiritual journey that all humans share, whether they recognize it or not. Some seek to fill this emptiness with wealth, with pleasure, with power or fame. But these are like water poured into a broken cup. The longing remains. You may discover this longing when you stand beneath a vast night sky, or when you hear music that moves you beyond words, or in the eyes of one you love deeply. These are moments when the veil thins and you sense what lies beyond separation. When I speak of the raw who cannot understand the ripe, I mean that spiritual understanding comes through experience, not intellect alone. The unripe fruit knows nothing of sweetness until it matures through time and transformation. Just so, the spiritual path requires patience and the willingness to be transformed by life's difficulties. Your modern world moves quickly, always rushing toward the next moment, the next achievement. But ripening cannot be hurried. The soul's journey unfolds in its own time, through joy and sorrow, through union and separation. Before we part, I invite you to contemplate, what is the reed flute song in your own life? What separation do you feel most deeply? Can you listen to that longing not as something to be escaped, but as the very voice of your soul calling you home? Perhaps tonight find a quiet moment to listen, not with your ears, but with your heart, for the music that plays beneath the noise of daily life. It is the oldest song, the song of separation and the promise of return. Until we meet again in this timeless space, may the friend be with you in every breath, in every heartbeat, in every moment of remembrance.